Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In today's video, we are going to learn how to print something in the output in Java programming language. So in order to learn how to print the famous message hello world in the output in Java, we simply need to write down this line of code. So we write down system.output.println, and inside parentheses in quotes, we're going to write down our message. For example, hello and then world. If I want to write down another message, simply I again do the syntaxing. So I write down system.out.println, and inside parentheses, we're going to have welcome to Java programming. So when I run this code, we see that here we are having the hello world message and then welcome to Java programming message. But if I want to write another one, so system.out.println, and then I can say this is Reza Shaheen from Java programming. And when I run the code one more time, we see that again this message is showing in the output. This is Reza Shaheen from Java programming. But one thing to note is that here in the end, we need to have the semicolon as well. So please note the semicolon in the end, and simply whenever you want to print something in the terminal in the output, you write down system.out.println, and inside parentheses in quote, you write down your message. Thank you for watching. Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In today's video, we're going to learn how to declare and print basic data types in Java. We are having several examples here. For the example 1, we are having this part. So we are using the keyword int, or let's say int, that is short for integer, which means whole number. So we write down int age equals 25. This line actually declares a variable named age, and it is assigned the value of 25. And this variable age is of integer data type. Okay. Then we print it using the system out println. So here is my message because I am showing the quotes. So we are having the age in the quotes, plus we want to print also the age variable. So this joins the text age with the value of the age variable and print it. So when I run the code, first of all, I see this. So this is the age, which is this message exactly that we printed here, that we put here. And then we see the number 25, which is this number that is assigned to age variable. Okay, so this is an example of an integer. Now let's talk about the floats. So float is used for numbers with decimals. So whenever I want to have a variable that is of float data type, I write down the float keyword. And we must add the letter F at the end of the number when we are having a float number or variable that is assigned with a float number. So I am having here a variable called temperature, which is of the float data type, and this number is assigned to it, 36.6, and we please note the F in the end. And finally, we are having the print again here. So we are saying that, for the example, body temperature, which is our message because it's in the code, plus the temperature variable, which is this number, plus the degree that we are talking about. So for example, we want to say body temperature is 36.6 degrees centigrade. Yes, let's say Celsius, sorry. So now this is the second example. We see it in the output, body temperature 36.6, and then the C, which is here in the code that is shown here. And next, we would like to talk about the doubles. So in example 3, we are having the double data type. Double is like float, but it allows more decimal places. And this is useful when we need higher precision, like for prices or scientific data, when we are having a lot of decimal numbers. a number with a lot of decimals, let's say. So I'm having a variable called price that is of double data type, and this number is assigned to this variable. And here we are printing it in the output. So the price and the $sign message is shown. So we see the price and the $sign, and then when the price variable is called, this number 199.99 that is assigned to that variable is shown here in the output. Okay. Next, we are having the Boolean data type in example 4. So Boolean actually represents a true or false value. This is used in decision and logic checks in programs. So here I'm having a variable called isJavaFun, and the true is assigned to this variable, and this variable is of Boolean data type, meaning that it can either take true or false. And now in this case we are having the true being assigned to it. So then I'm having this question being shown as a message in the output, is Java fun? Then when I call the variable is Java fun, it is going to print true for us in the output. Then we are having the example 5 where we discuss about character data type. So a character, or let's say a char here, stores a single character and must be enclosed in single quotes. So note that we are having a single quote here. And here we assign the grade A and print it. So the grade A, this A is assigned in single quote, is assigned to a variable called grade, which is of char, or let's say character data type. And system out println, we are going to print it in the output. So we are having this message because it's in double quotes, so grade and colon, and then A is being printed because we are calling the grade variable. Next, we are having the string data type here. So when we discuss about the string data type, string is used to store words or sentences enclosed in double quotes. So you see that Reza is in double quotes. And we are having a variable called name, and Reza is assigned to it, and name is of string data type. Okay. Then we try to print it. So I say name, and then a Reza is being printed in the output. So name, this is Reza. Okay. And finally, the example 7, we are having the combining multiple types. Here we are having the variable called year. It's of integer data type, and the number 2025 is assigned to it. Then we are having a variable called course. It's of string data type, and Java programming is assigned to it. Now we are using this syntax system.out.println to print this line. So here we are first of all showing this message course, and then the variable course is called, which is going to print Java programming. And then we are having the year being called, so this number 2025 is going to be printed in the output. So we see that Java course, Java programming 2025 is shown in the output. So in this lesson, we've seen how to use Java to declare different data types of different types of variables, and how to print them using system.out.println. These are the building blocks of every Java program. Thank you for watching. Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In today's video, we are going to discuss how to perform certain arithmetic operations, or let's say mathematical operations in Java. So first of all, I need to declare two variables. The first variable is called A. It's of integer data type, and number 10 is assigned to it. The second variable is called B. It's of integer data type, and number 3 is assigned to it. But how can I perform arithmetic operations? In order to perform arithmetic operations, simply we can use the mathematical symbols. So for example, the plus for addition, minus for subtraction, then star for multiplication, slash for the division, it's an integer division, and then a modulus operator for finding the remainder. So in order to do the calculation, first of all, I would like to print some messages. So I use system out println syntax to print arithmetic operations. So this is what is shown here in the output. Then I print the values that are stored in variables a and b. So we see that for variable a and b, we are printing them in the output here. So you see that here I have the codes because I want to print a little bit of message. So I write down a equals. So this a equals is being printed here with a space. Then we are having plus a, meaning that I would like to add a, and a variable is holding the value 10. So 10 is being printed. Then I have a comma and then b equals, comma, b equals. Then we are having the plus and then the name of the other variable, which is b, and the number is assigned to it is number 3. So a equals 10, b equals 3. So this is the first message that I would like to print on the top. Then I would like to perform the addition. In order to perform the addition, first of all, I'm going to print this message saying that a plus b equals, because if I don't have this and only print the output 13, which is 10 plus 3, it would be confusing to see, okay, 13 comes from where? Okay, I need to do the calculation again in my head to see, okay, a plus b equals 13. But this message simply is shown here, a plus b, and then we are having the variable a plus variable b as a form of addition. So their value is 13 as being printed in the output. Then I do the same thing here. Again, a minus b equals in the codes. So we see this part of the output. Then a minus b, so it is 10 minus 3, it will be 7, that is shown here in the output. Then we are having the multiplication. So a multiplied by b, it is equal to 30, which is 10 multiplied by 3. Then a divided by b, it will be 3. So 10 divided by 3 is 3. So it's an integer division. And finally, in order to understand if a is divided by b, what would be the remainder of this division? We need to use the modulus operator, which is this symbol, okay? This operator. So a modulo b, we are going to calculate the remainder of a division of a divided by b. So 10 divided by 3, the remainder is number 1. Basically, in this video, we learned how to perform mathematical operations. Thank you for watching. Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In today's video, we would like to learn how to perform rational operations in Java. First of all, I'm going to declare two variables called a and b. Both of them are of integer data type. For a, we assign number 10, and for b, we assign number 3 to it. So a equals 10 and b equals 3. Now I would like to perform a rational operations. What do I mean by rational operations? Let me illustrate it with an example. Now a holds the value 10 and b holds the value 3. In order to perform the first rational operations, I would like to see if they're equal or not. So a equals b. This is what I write. Okay, a equals b. So the compiler is going to compare a and b and tell me if this statement a equals b is true or it's false. And we know the answer. A equals 10 and b equals 3. So a equals b, it's not true. It's definitely false. So when I run the code, now I expect to see the false in the output. So a equals b, we see false. Why? Because a is 10 and b is 3. So they're not equal. This is why we see false in the output in the first place. So this is the first rational operation. And also, in order to print the message before performing the rational operation, we do it in double quotes. So a equals b and colon, and then we see the result is false. Then a is not equal to b. This is a is not equal to b. So in order to check if they are equal, we need to have two equals sign. But when we don't want to when we want to actually check if they're not equal, we need to have the exclamation mark and then the equal sign, meaning that they're not equal. I'm saying in this line, A is not equal to B. Is it true? Yes, it's true, because they are indeed not equal. So this is why we see true here in the output. Then the next rational operation would be A is greater than B. So the value of A is 10, the value of B is 3. Therefore, 10 is greater than 3. Yes? Yes, this is true. And this is why we see true in the output. Next, we are having A is less than B. So A is 10, B is 3. So 10 is less than 3. Is it true? No, it's not true. We know that it's not true, but when the compiler, we want the compiler to decide. So A is less than B. So the answer is false, because this is indeed not true. Then we want to check another rational operation here. So A is greater than or equal to B. Is it true? Yes. 10 is greater than or equal to 3. Yes, this is true. And then A is less than or equal to B. So is it true? No, it's not true. So this is false. So we see that here in this example, we had the comparison of rational operations. And in order to show all of these messages and the results in the output, just as a reminder, we use the system.out.println syntax, and in parentheses, we write down whatever we want to be shown in the terminal. Thank you for watching. Hello everyone, and welcome to this video. In today's video, we're going to discuss about logical operators. So here we are having two Boolean variables, x and y, and x equals true and y equals false. We would like to perform some logical operators, including and, or, and not. So before going to review them, I would like to give you a little bit of background, and then we discuss the details. So when we are having two variables, the first variable is true and the second variable is true as well. So what would be the output? When the first one is true and the second one is true, therefore the output is true when we are having the AND logical operator. Then when we are having true and false, what would be the output? So when we are having one true and one false, the output is false, because we are having the AND operator. In the AND operator, both of them must be true to have a true output. Then we are having the false again and true. So the output is again false, because if we want to have a true output, we must have two truths. Then false and false, definitely the output is false. So we can understand that when we are working with the AND logical operator, in order to have the true in the output, we must have both of the conditions to be true, before the AND operator and after the AND operator. If both of them are true, the output is true. But if we are having at least one false, the output is definitely false when we are working with the AND operator. Okay. Later on, when we discuss, for example, the for loops, the if conditions, etc., we're going to understand this more in more depth. But for the moment, we need to learn the basics. Now, if I want to work with the OR operator, what about that? So true or false, what would be the output now? So when we are having true or false, because at least one of the conditions is true or one of the variables is true, the output is true. Okay, because we are saying either this one or the other one. If we are having true or true, the output is definitely true. If we have false or true, the output is again true, because we at least need to have one true to have a true output. Finally, when we have false or false, the output is going to be false. So after understanding the OR operator, we see that in order to have a true output, we need to have at least one true. So one true here, and two truths here. So we have a true output. But if we are having two falses, we are going to definitely have a false output. With this background, let me illustrate the example. Now I have the logical operations here. And if you remember, we had two Boolean variables, x equals true and y equals false. Now, I would like to have the x and y being printed in the output. So I print this message, logical operators here, and then this line, x and y, x equals true, y equals false. First of all, I'm going to perform the logical operator. So x and y. I would like to see the output of x and y. Okay, so x and two and symbol, let's say the and operator, and then the variable y. So looking at the output, we see that this resulted in false as we anticipated here. So when we are having one true and one false, the output is definitely false. And you see that the false is there because when we are having the AND operator, if we want to have a true output, we must have two variables or two conditions. Both of them must be true. Okay. Now, how about the logical OR operator? So x or y, this one is true, this one is false. So because we are having at least one true, it means that the output will be true. Okay, so this is true in the output. And if we want to see the reverse of a logical operator, for example, x, simply we can have this mark before the name of the variable. So exclamation mark and then the name of the variable x. So x was originally equal to true, but now that I have this exclamation mark before the name of the variable, we're going to have false in the output. So in this video, we learned about the AND operator here. We learned about the OR operator here. And then we had examples here how to perform logical operators. Thank you for watching.